everyone, welcome to day 340 of a Stitch a Day 365 days crochet challenge. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this tulip stitch on a mesh base. Yesterday's video, we did it on a solid base. Today, I'm going to show it to you on a mesh base. To make this stitch, again, I have taken a multiple of 14 plus 1, that is 28 plus 1, I have 29 stitches. And after the 7th stitch, I have to make these 3 loops. I'll show you how to do that. You just have to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then crochet into the same stitch using the chain and the sidebar. Okay. Again, chain 12. Repeat the same thing by slip stitching into that sidebar and the chain space. Again 12 stitches. Do the same thing again. Okay. So basically I started off with 7 single crochets, did the loops, 14 single crochets, again did the loops, and I am left over with 7 stitches. So I'm going to change the mesh stitch for this pattern because this particular stitch needs a multiple of 14, and I couldn't space it out in a way where I need a multiple of 3 for the mesh stitch. So instead of skipping 2 chains, we'll be doing 1 chain for the mesh. I'll show you how. Now I have to change to the solid color, that is the base color of my work and the color that I'm going to use for the mesh stitch. So the next row will be a row of double crochet stitches. I'm starting off with chain 4, which counts as 1 double crochet and a chain 1. Turn your work, and I'm just going to skip 1 stitch to create the mesh. Okay, so this way I can create the mesh in a multiple of 2 foundation chain and still have the mesh effect that I want. Chain 1, skip 1 and 1 double crochet. The rest of the stitch is same as yesterday's stitch except for this chain 1 part. So what will this also helps us with this chain 1 space at the back where we do the double crochet. That chain 1 will be adjusted with the chain 1 that we are creating for the mesh. So just like this, you have to complete this row. Okay. Once that is done, again chain 4, turn your work and make 1 double crochet on top of the mesh stitches. Now you can again check out the number of spaces that you have on either side of the stitch. So here I have 1, 2, 3 spaces. So into the second space I would want to lock the leaf of the tulip. So just make a slip stitch that would count as a chain 1, yarn over and make the mesh stitch. Again, I'm not going to lock the stem of the flower into the mesh. I'm just going to directly crochet the mesh stitch behind it. Again, into this stitch, I want this to be locked. So just a slip stitch which counts as a chain, and just directly create the next mesh stitch. Okay, so then this one will be locked in the next row. Again here I have to lock this stitch, and again chain 1, lock this stitch, and that ends our row. Okay, now this is where you change colors. I'm taking my pink color. This row again we have to make it into a single crochet row, otherwise we'll not be able to make the petal properly. So just chain 1, turn your work. You have to make 1 single crochet on top of the double crochet, 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space, and 1 single crochet on top of the double crochet again. So this is how you're going to reach to the middle of the 2 stitches over here. So just make 1 single crochet, and right before you lock in this stitch, so this is the double crochet, I'm going to lock this one. You just have to make a slip stitch into the chain and then create a puff stitch into the chain space. So I'm doing a 3 yarn over puff stitch and then chain 3, slip stitch back into the chain, and repeat that twice. So this will create the flower for us. I hope by now you would have understood the pattern. Let me show you how to lock it in. Okay. Okay, so we have our flower right here. So, but then because this is a mesh stitch, this is going to be spread out. So what you have to do is take out the loop and insert your hook into this stitch right here. Just pull it in place. This way you are back on track with your flower. Okay. And that's it. You just have to repeat these rows over and over again till you reach the length that you want. The next row will again be a mesh row. You can do 2 rows of mesh stitches and then repeat this row. Do try out this stitch, and if you have any doubts you can leave it in the comment section below, and I'll meet you tomorrow with yet another interesting crochet stitch.